Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the 2022 eclipse season for the sign of Aquarius. Now, do keep in mind that this is a tarot reading. This is not an astrology reading. So if you're looking for more specific astrological messages for this eclipse season, I'd recommend consulting an astrologer or even checking out some YouTube related videos on the eclipses. Now, the way that this works is we have 4 eclipses in total in the year of 2022. The first 2 are coming up here on April 30th and May 16th, and the energies from these first 2 eclipses span out until the next or the last set of eclipses, which happen later this year on October 25th and November 8th. So that is a 6-month period of energy, okay? And I say that just so you know how this works, but also so you know that the eclipse energy is deeper energy, okay? Big transformations can come in during the eclipse times. And again, these are longer types of changes, 6-month plus changes that could be happening. So that's the time period that we'll be looking at. I'll have a schedule of how these or when these eclipses are going to be happening in the description below. I also wanted to say that these eclipses are both in Scorpio and Taurus over the course of this year. Now, when you are in the description of this video, do feel free to follow me on Instagram. I do content there. And also just know that I will not send you a message. So if you do get a message from someone, they are impersonating me and they're trying to scam you. So please do not get scammed. Let's see what we have here for you, Aquarius. Let me make sure everything is in view and then we'll get right into it. All right, we're also going to take 3 astrology cards. We're going to take a few oracle messages, and then we'll also take a few of these fortune cookie cards. So, all right, I think we're all set up and ready to go. Energy on the bottom, you have the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords can bring some type of news of delay into your life. You know, out of all of the pages, the Page of Sword deals with the area of time. Okay, time is challenging. Time is a linear construct, or we view time in a linear way. Us humans, have made time out to be a linear construct. We've made it out to be something that goes from point A to point B, but in reality, time is different. And so when you think about this Page of Swords, what I would suggest to you is to maybe let go of the need to have your timing perfect, or to you can't, for example, force something to happen in divine timing. In fact, you can't force divine timing. And so just something that I wanted to sort of bring in here. I don't bring messages like that in often, but with this Page of Swords, that could certainly be the case. The other thing that the Page of Swords can bring is disappointments or disappointing news. But the thing is, this has probably already happened. Okay, well, there could also be a disappointment in the future, but let's just see how the cards shake out before we go any farther on that. So, right away in your overall messages here, you do have this 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is somebody who is potentially being rewarded and recognized for all of their hard work. You can see the mallet in the on their belt, the anvil in the background. You can see they're proud. They're showing off their work. They are proud of what they've done. And this can say that you maybe have a skill in something. Like this is like craftsmanship or artistry is heavily associated with the 3 of Pentacles, but you need to look at it from a higher perspective and realize that it could mean that you approach whatever your job is with an artist's touch. Like whatever it is that you do, maybe even, I always like to use the example of like you're an accountant, right? But like you have an artistry for accounting, right? And so for some of you, you could have that aspect come into play here over the next 6 months. Now, what the Three of Pentacles can also bring is good teammate situations. It can talk about your work environment. And it can say that there are rewards on the way for you having become a craftsman or an artisan in whatever it is that you do. And so it's a very good card for workplace situations typically. Now, in the past, you have the Fool, the Death card, and the Queen of Pentacles. So big energy for you here in the past. Reason being is the Fool for me is the most powerful card to find in the tarot. The Fool is the idea of a brand new adventure. This is the first card in the tarot. It starts off the Fool's journey or the hero's journey through the major arcana. Okay, and so this card truly only comes forward when you're ready to start something new. The thing is, this is showing up in the past. So for some of you, there's been something going on here around a cycle being reset. Okay, a new cycle has begun for some of you here in the past, and this may have felt like a pretty deep situation. Reason being is you have this paired here with the Death card. Now this is the sign of Scorpio, the Death energy, the Death card in the tarot, and 2 of the eclipses are in Scorpio. So what I would say for you is May 16th is the first Scorpio eclipse, and then October 25th is the second Scorpio eclipse. Those dates may hold some important information for you, but more importantly, this Death card is not about death and dying. Okay, this is a very misunderstood area in the tarot. This is about a transformation. Okay, this is about going from the butterfly to the from the caterpillar to the butterfly. My apologies. This is about you coming out on the other end of something completely different. It's metaphorical death. It's spiritual rebirth. Okay, the Death card is about rebirth, less about death and dying. And you know, there may have been a disappointment here in the past that has led to some type of realization or led to some type of transformation in your life with this Page of Swords and the Fool and the Death energy here. And this could have felt pretty heavy. Okay, now these themes could be repeating here, or they could come up for healing here in this eclipse time for you. Now you also have this Queen of Pentacles, which really asks you to maybe take a look at your budgeting. Some of you may be really interested in or some of you may have recently been really interested in financial situations such as, you know, making investments, budgeting, planning, preparing. The Queen of Pentacles is very interested in their own financial independence as well, just so you know. And so I definitely feel like these themes could have been around maybe your work. They could have been around maybe money or situations like that. Now, in the current situation, you have the Four of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So we talked about here how, you know, you have this Three of Pentacles in the middle. Now, what's really interesting is you have the Four of Wands above it. And this can say that perhaps some of you have a very stable foundation or a firm foundation in the way that you, in your career or in your work, because the Four of Wands is a major card of marriage. And I do want to point something out here to you, but hold on. But if it's not about marriage, the Four of Wands talks about foundations and achievements. It also talks about stability. Now, I want to point something out here to you. You have this really interesting situation with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant next to each other. Okay, it's a very interesting synchronicity because these are the 2 biggest marriage cards in the tarot. And so has this transformation in the past been around marriage for some of you? You do have a separation in the future. I never love foretelling that, but it is coming in the future. You know, has there been a transformation in those areas for you? Again, I think if that's not resonating, what is going on here is this Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles. You've spent time laying a foundation of skills, laying a foundation of talents, and achievements in your career life, or even in your financial life here with this Queen of Pentacles. You've achieved true financial independence, I feel like, for some of you. And you could see these themes continue to carry on over the next 6 months. Now you have this Hermit energy as well, which is Virgo, sign of Virgo. You have it next to the Queen of Pentacles here. But this Hermit here is a card of independence as well. In fact, this is one of the biggest cards indicating somebody who is an independent person, the Hermit energy, because the Hermit would rather spend time kind of alone amongst the stars, amongst the universe, gaining knowledge gaining wisdom. It's a major message of wisdom, as you can see by their gray beard, the cloak that they are wearing, but also the lantern. This lantern indicates that this hermit, along their journey, along their travels, has found that the light is not only within the lantern, but is also within themselves. And so you have figured out that you don't need another person to make you happy. I feel like, Aquarius, some of you have figured that out in a big way. In the future, you have the Hierophant, the Three of Swords, and the Chariot. So you have this Hierophant energy. We do have this big message, this big synchronicity of marriage here with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant. What I don't love to see is you do have the Three of Swords below it. Okay, now one card never makes a reading, but we do have this energy of disappointment here coming in with the Page of Swords, or disappointing news with the Death and the Three of Pentacles energy. Three of Pentacles can also refer to other people as well. Obviously, it could be your teammates, but it could refer to other people. But the three of Swords is a separation or a severance in your life. It can represent a heartbreak as well. I do wonder if some of you may go through transformations in a marriage if you are in one. The thing is, I don't want to alarm you, because the thing is, if that does play out for you, the seeds have already been planted a long time ago for this situation not working out. Like, if you're in this situation where you're concerned about your marriage falling apart here, it's because you've already known that was going to happen. Like, if you're being honest with yourself, you probably already knew that something was not going well in the marriage, and only if you are in that timeline could that happen. Now, if your marriage is going well and you're watching this, that message is not for you, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you're strong with your partner and your marriage is going well, just keep that in mind. Now, you do have this Chariot energy here as well, which does represent you overcoming external obstacles or overcoming difficulties. This is a big message of victory, okay? This is a very positive card. You leading yourself forward towards victory and charging ahead. It does say, though, that you need to make sure that you're putting in the energy and the effort to allow the victory to come in. So let's go ahead and take a look at these three astrology cards. So you have Uranus, you have Leo, and you have Mars. Some of you could, if you're single and you're open to this, there could be new physical partners, okay? I try to keep it PG here on the channel, but sexuality could be implied here with the Mars energy for sure. This may be somebody who's different. This may be somebody who's different than what you're used to with the Uranus energy, and they may even have a Leo placement. But if that's not at all resonating, which is not going to for everybody, the Mars energy is telling you to take action on something heavily here. Okay, take action. Some of you may be starting a new health or exercise routine. Some of you may be figuring out how to express yourself more openly. And I love that Uranus is like about, you may be the only person who had that in this series, but Uranus is about revolution. It's about being a revolutionary thinker. It can be someone who's erratic or someone who's inventive, but it's more about like doing something revolutionary. And even if that's just for you, trying something new. Okay, so you have Lord, take charge with authority. I think that's probably going forward that's probably going to resonate for many people because of that Mars energy. You have this Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted, and then you have Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. So we have this message of Earth, some of you getting out in nature, connecting over the next 6 months. We're coming into hiking season. Some of you may want to do a nice hike to ground yourself here. Some of you may want to spend time in nature over the next 6 months. It may be very important for you. This idea of being grounded is very important in whatever way that may come for you. But you have the Four of Wands with it, which is about stability, grounded energy, right? And so yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Sunshine. Yep, many of you are going to be connecting with nature. The sun is shining on you, career and business growth. Fabulous communication and relationships. Okay, you're the first person to get that. Oh, you had 4 cards here as well. Wow, luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. So put yourself out there. Property. A property purchase or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transaction. And then you also, wow, Aquarius, opportunities. An important offer will be made. Be prepared to dress to impress. Out of all of the signs, you are my last sign that I'm doing here. You've had the best fortune cookie cards. You're the first person, I think, ever to get this sunshine card since I've been using these. And yeah, whatever disappointing situation is coming in, it's definitely not doom and gloom for you. In fact, you have some big opportunities coming in. So really love this energy. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.